Welcome. I did the whole thing today. All right, what do I need to do? There we go. Manually start live video. We are live on the Facebook. We are live on Patreon, and now I've got to close all these things because otherwise I will get feedback. How do I not do that? Let's see. Audio output is muted. There we go. Okay. Now I can minimize those things.
Shrink them down.
We should be rocking and rolling. All right. Hi. We're still early, so we won't do like official nonsense. It's my birthday weekend.
It is. Are you doing anything fun tomorrow?
I'm going to make my children watch a movie that they may or may not enjoy.
Excellent. I love it.
I'm going to eat birthday cake, which I have already started. So like last week, there were like 19 things that piled up on me, Ashley, and I was so heavy. I was heavy all week. I was just like, oh God. So I baked myself cakes, not once, but twice last week.
You know what? We all need to remember that there's cake. When we're having a long ass week, it's good to remember.
Technology.
You can just make a cake.
You grown. You can make that cake.
You an adult. You can have a cake when you're having a shitty day.
It's nobody's business but yours.
It's true. It's private.
Okay, I forgot that we've got live stream chat. Yay! Not late this time, but silly
early. Like 9:36. Bless.
It's so early. Ashley and I talked about it before I went live. Both of us are like 11 a.m. our time is too early for a performance. So look, you know.
Listen, I stayed up late last night, as I generally do on the weekends. I am a night owl, and I am forced into this daytime existence by society, and I fucking hate it.
The creatures of the night, what lovely music they make.
It's true. If I could get up at like 2:00 every day and then just like do my shit until like 11, I'd be a real happy gal.
Right. I genuinely, this is why I think both of us fit so well in the theater world, because you run at night. You just run at night, and you get up early enough in the day because shops close, right? And like offices close, and you do have to do things with the government occasionally.
Right.
But mostly you exist as a human being, as an entity.
Yeah.
In the darkness only.
That's why it really sucked that Bart Gwynn insisted on having a stage combat class at 8 fucking a.m. in the morning.
It was my biggest quibble with him, genuinely. The whole time I was in school, I said, I don't know what lesson you're trying to teach me, old man.
I hated it.
But I do not care for it.
And dance was early too. On Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, dance was after combat.
Sugar lump.
Tuesday, Thursday, I got
Sugar lump. You got to get out of that bed.
Scream at me about how I was not dancing well.
Thank you all for the birthday wishes. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today. So structure of this, let's see, we are at 11 now, so I can begin officially.
We can start.
Welcome to the Articulate Coven. We are your hosts. I'm Joel.
I'm Ashley.
And we are the Articulate Coven. And I am the birthday boy. So fet me, everyone.
Yes.
Fet me.
Happy birthday, Joel. Happy birthday.
Or at least for the next 24 hours or so. Okay. Structure of this thing is going to be so loosey-goosey. I can't even tell you. If you've been part of our live streams before, you know we kind of just roll with the punches. But this one maybe even more so. I was talking to Kelly this morning, and I was like, I don't think I have enough things to do in this thing. Here, I'm choking my internet is what I'm doing, Ashley. Let me see if I can close something. I can close.
That's what I was just checking. I'm going to turn my Wi-Fi off my phone. In the year 2025, we should not be having to adjust our lives for our fucking
Here's
Wi-Fi.
what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do to test something real quick. And I'm sorry for vamping now, but I am going to use my iPad, which has cellular internet, and see if the live stream remains on the Patreon or if I've now shut it down. Hey, look at that.
I just got awkwardly quiet. Sorry, everybody. I dozed off for
No, it's not you. Yeah, the freaking
The internet does
It
not
tried
work
to make
well.
me go live. That is not what I want to do. Yeah, let's see. Hang on. How can I see? I can't see the Patreon if I'm not. Y'all, I don't know how to check if this thing is live. Someone tell me in the comments if I remain live on Patreon, if I have now screwed the pooch. How about that? Likewise, let me know if I'm up on the Facebook group. We were in the Facebook group briefly. I didn't promise that, but I tried it. It may just be that I have to get to a better place of internet before we can do all of the things at once. I do know that we're live somewhere because there's a handful of you watching us.
Yeah,
So
we see you.
please tell me in the comments where we are happening and
Where are
what
you
is
watching us
happening
from?
where. There you go. I was talking about the structure of this thing. So yeah, I asked Kelly this morning. I was like, I feel like maybe I don't have enough for us to do. And then I started to talk about what I wanted to do today. She was like, yeah, I think you got plenty. I was like, all right, I'm overthinking it.
Let's see. I can go to the Patreon.
Go check the Facebook group. That would be wonderful.
Let me check the Facebook group. Na, 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 na. I was already there. Checking in on you. Did you just send a link or something?
So I went live through their thing. I don't know. I honestly don't know how it's supposed to work. I am connected to like 19 different. I came over from Patreon and you were live then. Okay, there you go. So we're live at the moment at least. And somebody is watching us somewhere. That's what matters.
Well, someone's watching us from the Netherlands, which is very exciting.
Liz is watching on YouTube. Maybe we're only live on YouTube. If we're only live on YouTube, I apologize. I'm sorry if I crash the other things, but my internet won't withstand more than one stream of something, apparently.
North Louisiana internet is not all it's cracked up to be.
It's not. I'm going to blame this one on Elon. I have Starlink, y'all, because I do live in the woods, and so that's what we got. We got to go. We just got to go to space, people. What are we going to do today? First and foremost, I want to tell you. And I know a bunch of you have seen this, but I want to tell you the story about how I found Anne Rice. It's kind of in the first episode. I've done it at different times. I posted it to Christopher. Maybe it'll show up in the celebration. But I want to talk a little bit about why I started the show at all. There's an interesting historical moment that happened. I captured it from my memories. There's a thing that happened on Facebook several years ago that I thought was coincidental that it was happening today. And then the other thing, the big thing that we're going to do is that we are going to react to the teaser footage finally. Yes, let's see. Utah says hi. Y'all go kill it today. Oh, Kelly just sent me a screenshot. She's watching it. Melissa Bouchard says, I'm watching you on Patreon. There's a bunch of us there, but it seems like you are not seeing our comments. All right, great. There we go. Okay. So what can I do about that? Can I do something about that? Let me try to think about that, Melissa. I need to know how to funnel the comments from Patreon. I don't know what's happening there. Okay. The big thing, though, is that we're going to react to this trailer. That's going to be like the big buildup of the whole thing. I haven't watched the footage at all. One of our anonymous patrons, and we've got a couple of patrons, by the way, that the first time that this happened, I was so shocked. I was like, well, why wouldn't you want to be applauded in public for, paying your favorite creators and supporting and et cetera, et cetera. And at first I was like, oh, it's maybe they like have a situation where they're trying to stay kind of anonymous online. And then I thought, and this may be the case, maybe they're like, Joel, I know what you and Ashley do online, and I don't want my name on it. Okay, I like it, but I'm going to watch it in the privacy of my home.
I don't want to.
You all are on lists.
Yeah, I don't want to be on the same government watch list that you're on.
Especially in this economy, Ashley. In this economy, I understand.
I understand is my point. Stay in trouble.
So, anyway, one of our anonymous patrons, though, they said, hey, I see that you're going to react to the footage. I made a video where I took like the best pieces from everybody's video and tried to put it together and do something kind of consistent. So it's going to be low quality, especially on the stream, but Ashley and I will get to see it as about as good a quality as we possibly can. So I'm excited to do that.
I mean, the one I watched earlier looked like it was filmed in someone's purse. Like Felt like I was like looking out, like, ooh.
All right. Liz is watching on YouTube. Yali says, I came over from Patreon. You were live then. All right. If you're on Patreon and your messages really aren't getting through, which apparently they're not, maybe you just want to go over to the YouTube feed. That might be easier on you. And we could definitely see your comments then. So I appreciate you for sticking with it. This is all a trial for me.
Yeah,
Okay.
we live and learn,
Ashley,
Joel.
first of all, I want you to tell everybody uh tell everybody about like the first time. I mean, we met, obviously we had met several times because we'd worked in the theater department together, but do you
Right.
remember the first time that we really hung out? I'm 99% certain that I remember vividly the first time that you and I hung out together.
Oh, I remember. Okay. I don't know that I do. I remember one of the times I thought I remember you coming over to our house on Hazel Street, but I
Mm,
could have made that up completely.
no, you're right. In retrospect, I think I came over to your house on Hazel Street with Steven, maybe when
That
we
would
were
make sense.
doing.
Were you doing a one act?
Yeah. Yeah, I did a one act where that Steven directed, and I think maybe he had brought me over to your house. Yeah, that's a good point. That was probably the first time that we hung out, like
But
outside
yeah.
of events.
Okay, but what do you
The one that I'm
remember?
thinking about though is I brought you and a handful of other people. I don't remember who else though, because you and I spent the evening together like we
Yeah.
were on like a soulmate date. Because I brought people to my house to watch my stolen from Netflix DVD copy of Jesus Christ Superstar.
Yes, I do remember this. Yes. How many times I watched Jesus Christ Superstar 1,000 times in college, I think. I mean, my
I watched it
god,
a lot too.
I
I watched
love
it a
it.
lot too. So
So
I had
good.
seen it. I think it ran on like PBS or something when I was
Mhm.
a kid sometime. And I had a friend, I've mentioned him on the show before, Sam Cuthbertson, who was one of my mom's friends, and he had great taste in movies. And he told me, he was like, "You're going to like this." And I'm like, "Isn't that the one that's sacrilegious and they burned down the theaters and stuff when they played it?" And he's like, "Nah, that's got Willem Dafoe in it."
Yeah, that's the last temptation of Christ. Yeah. That one
But
really upset people.
uh so anyway, I watched it that night whenever it was running on TV, and then I fell in love with it. I was like, this is such a beautiful story of Christ. And so when I was in college and Netflix became a thing, I was no this was this might that must have been after college when I stole. I don't know how we watched it because I wouldn't have had the DVD in college probably. I don't know.
I don't
Anyway,
know. I think we had a VHS tape of it though at one point because I remember watching it. I don't know, but we had
yes, the reason I know that I stole it from Netflix, and maybe the timing is wrong on how the copy that we watched, but there's two things that I kept from Netflix in those years when you got DVDs. I
uh
kept I kept Muppets from Space,
Yes.
which is so
Perfection.
good. I made my kids watch that recently. It's still good. It
Oh
totally
god.
holds up.
Look,
And
Muppets always hold up.
yeah, for sure. And Jesus Christ Superstar, the Ted
Mhm.
Neely version. And I
Yep.
got to see Ted Neely in person, by the
I
way,
did
do
I
Jesus
did too,
like
because he
I
played
don't know,
Jesus
15
until
years ago.
last
Yeah,
until last week.
until he couldn't walk. I mean,
Yeah.
literally, like he's very immobile these days, and he was playing him until pretty
Yeah.
recently.
Yeah.
He still killed it. His vocals had held
Uh-uh.
up though. He was truly impressive. And I can't remember the guy's name, but the lead singer of Living Color was Judas in the performance that
Ooh.
I saw live too. Yeah, it was great. It was great. But anyway, we put that on, and I'm sure we had all intaken substances.
What? No. Y'all, we had a drive-through daiquiri stand. Let's discuss
Yeah,
this.
well, we were definitely drunk. I'm assuming we were on something else other
Oh,
than
yeah,
a high
probably.
level of you know grain
Octane.
alcohol. Yeah.
Yes.
Um, but we put on that movie, and almost immediately, you and I stood up and began our one
Yeah.
woman and one man performances
Performance
where
of
we
the
play
entire
every
every
role.
character. Yeah, the entire show.
It's listen, you haven't lived until you've seen Joel and Ashley sing both Judas's, role and the Pharisees.
Yeah. Yeah. It is
It's impressive.
a multifaceted, impressive performance. I sat down with some friends recently and watched Cats, the movie that they
Oh, the
made.
new one? I
Oh
still haven't
god,
seen it.
it's fucking bananas. My
Did you
friend Noah
watch
watched it.
with buttholes or without buttholes? I've
I
heard there are two versions.
I don't recall there being buttholes. Um I don't think I want to see Dame Judy Dench's cat butthole.
Right.
But it was hilarious because I like immediately started singing all the songs, and then I had to apologize to everybody afterwards. I was like, I'm so sorry, and apologize to your neighbor that I was singing at full voice. The magical Mr. Mistopheles in here.
Crazen Brand says, not me watching on Patreon and YouTube, just so I can comment.
Yes, that's commitment,
Me
buddy.
too. Me too, Brand.
We love
Don't
it.
even worry about it. Thanks everybody for coming and join us, regardless of the technology. All right, let's see. AC live streams may be the reason I have to switch to a real name on YouTube. Okay. I don't recall there being buttholes. Needs to be on merch. Oh man, that is so wonderful. Okay,
there being buttholes.
so let me see if I've got this on my desktop. I think I had these images on my desktop somewhere.
Ooh, a mini birthday bundt cake. We should have gotten cake. Why don't we have cake?
I really should have thought about it and had fucking cake like ready.
Right?
No, I don't need all of the things. Let's see.
Blown out candles and shit.
All right.
God. I drove to Chicago one time with a bunch of theater people, and the entire trip was singing musicals at full voice. It was like me and TJ and I think Todd Smith was driving. It was a hilarious road trip. During Mardi Gras break, we went to.
I remember when you guys went. I did not go with you. But I remember when you all went on that. I remember when you all left for that trip. That was weird,
a fun trip.
Like little time in my head there. Hang
Man.
on, where is this? I'm trying to share with you all a couple of images here because Baby Joel is very, very silly. Okay, there we go. I can share a screen. I want to share the window.
I'm so glad that social media didn't exist when we were in college.
Dude, every day I tell my son,
oh Lord,
I'm like, you don't know how lucky you are. I don't need to make this full screen, I guess, maybe. Hang on. What am I doing? All right, stop sharing for a second. Like... Sorry. I am so bad at this. Read comments for a minute, Ashley. Vamp. Okay. Vamp, woman. Vamp.
Okay. So we've got people snacking on popcorn and a soda and bought a mini birthday bundt cake to watch, which is why I was sad I don't have I don't have any cake.
All right, there we go. Now I figured it out. This is my window. All right, first of all, you can only see her in here. If I do, there you go. You can see it. Look at her. This is literally my Disney princess. This is what we called her even before we took her to Disney World.
Sweet.
She's my little theater kid too. All right, so this is the picture that I wanted to share with you all.
Yes.
First of all, my sister, if she watches anything online, is going to be so embarrassed how ratty she looks right there on Christmas morning.
We can only see your knee. It's fine, Jenna.
First of all, great big ass glasses, been a pretty constant fixture in Joel's life. Although there was a long period, somehow in college, my vision healed itself and I didn't need glasses for about 10 years. And now I got old and I need glasses again. I think maybe I had glaucoma and I fixed it with some substances. Anyway, this was
there's like one disease you're probably not gonna get. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna get glaucoma. I think I'm set.
So the summer before this picture was taken was the summer that I went and had visited my aunt Anne, and I think I've got a picture of her in here too, actually.
It's the summer of Lestat.
So this is Anne. She was
look at her. She's wearing one of our sweatshirts. At the time.
Yeah, she's got the More of a Breath and Lestat shirt on. So she was living in South Louisiana. She was living in Baton Rouge at the time, and she worked for the state in several varieties over her career. She retired with the state, but she was I think she was a child support officer at the time, I believe. And she was working in Baton Rouge, and she would have me down for like a week at a time. And I would stay at her apartment or her, she lived in like a townhouse. I'd stay at her townhouse during the day, and then we'd go do cool stuff at night, and we'd go visit her friend Gwen in New Orleans, like on
Oh.
Friday nights, the weekends, or whatever. Her Gwen Fairchild lived in New Orleans like for basically her whole life, other than Katrina. She got flooded out, and
Mm.
she came to live with Anne in Bastrop, Louisiana, where I grew up actually for a little while. Anyway, Anne had tremendous taste in books. She was a big Stephen
Mm.
King fan. She and my mom had already talked me into reading Salem's Lot before I read any Anne Rice. I had read like I've talked about this before. Bunicula was like my entry, I think, to vampires. Period. I love the Universal
Oh,
monster movies.
Bunnicula.
Right, Bunicula was so good.
I bought a copy of that recently at a bookstore.
I have tried to get into. There's a cartoon that was made fairly recently, and my kids, two of my kids, have told me that they've watched it and it's pretty good. Anyway, we I'd done that. I did Christopher Pike, like all
Mm.
like Chain Letter and things like that. And
Yep.
then he wrote the series The Last Vampire. And I'd read, I think, 3 of those, probably 4 maybe. And Mom and Ann had told me the stories about the summer that Salem's Lot came out in paperback, and they both read it in like a
Mm.
cabin in Arkansas.
Oh,
And they
no.
would both like they would read Salem's Lot until they were done with it for the night, and then they would have to put it down. And Mom said she would have to basically read a whole Harlequin romance novel before she could then go to sleep.
Yeah.
And like they would like somebody would forget to leave the bathroom light on, and they would both like, well, it's just going to be on all night, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, she had Tale of the Body Thief in paperback on her shelf. Well, maybe it was a hardcover. Anyway, she had Tale of the Body Thief on her shelf. I pulled it, and if you've read all the books, you know the prologue of that one I think is probably the best prologue. He
It
does
is
this
really
several
fun.
times. But the 4th book prologue is so fucking insane when he lines out all the things that he's done at that point. And
Yeah.
you're like, who? And also he's like, I'm the James Bond of vampires. I'm 6 foot tall and blonde with a too pouty mouth. And I'm like,
Mm.
yes, you are. Anyway, I accosted her when she came home, and I was like, hey man, I need to
More where
know
this
where
came from.
more of this, please. And so she told me about Lestat, and she told me about Anne Rice, and she was like, hey, we should go. I can show you her house. She lives in New Orleans, and she's got
Oh.
this big mansion that she owns too. But like, anyway, we'll go see her house the next time we go down there. And we did. And I read the books, and like, anyway, it all comes from her. And for the longest time, my mom has read a handful of Stephen King over the years, and more as she
Mhm.
gets older, honestly, but she's not really a horror fan. And so if I wanted to talk about vampires, I had to talk
Ann.
to Anne. It was Anne who gave me vampires, who gave me basketball too. Like she and I were big sports
That's
buddies too.
awesome.
Anyway, I love her. So that next Christmas though, I got 2. I got the one that was specifically for the movie, and then I got the one that was more Lestat focused.
I love it.
And I wore the hell out of those 2 t-shirts. Okay, I want to share this for a minute because it's so true. Without Jules and
Oh,
Ann, we would not all be here nerding about vampires.
it's so
Yeah,
true.
man.
It's
Like
so
I
true.
would not have gotten here for sure. I think I may have found some of these books anyway. I've always been a weirdo. I've always been overly
Right.
theatrical. I grew up in Louisiana, right? So like Anne Rice is a fixture.
Oh, yeah,
But
big time.
the reason why I wanted to start this damn fan club is because of Anne. So thank you
Yeah.
guys.
Everyone needs an Aunt Anne for sure.
Yeah, we all need an Anne.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's she
she's still the
provides
best.
provides the gateway drugs.
It is so freaking true. All right, there was one other thing that I wanted to do some feedback. Where is my browser? There it is. Okay, first of all, I want to say thank you to Kayla Ann for suggesting that I share the specific clip from Rose. And if you haven't watched our episode with Rose
Oh,
Sinister,
yes.
go watch that episode. It's real good. But Rose at the end of it, I let her, and I knew, like I was setting her up for this
Right.
because she's been loud about it online. But I wanted her to talk about Airbnb. I know a bunch of us are going to New Orleans. And look, by the way, if you've already made plans to stay in a place that is technically an Airbnb on the outside of the city or something, like I'm not villainizing you specifically.
No.
I'm telling you, hey,
It's
this is a thing
awareness.
you should think about in the future, right? Yeah.
Look, I'm staying in a place that I would normally not stay at this trip, and it's because I have a big group going. And I mean, I'm, staying in a house, and that's not normally what I do at all. It's just the situation.
It's so funny, Ashley. We've got a friend here in town who we've known for years who has a house in New Orleans on Julia Street, I think. And Kelly and I literally just yesterday, she were like, why didn't we talk to Quentin about renting his house for you and me and Ashley and Brett? Like, we never even mentioned that to anybody. What were we thinking? Anyway, I honestly, I think in the back of my head, had assumed that it was probably rented for Halloween already. But anyway,
Yeah, and
um,
I booked mine through booking.com and all of that. I
booking
really
dot, yeah.
booking
I'm
dot
sorry.
yeah. No. And so I really don't fuck with Airbnb in general unless the people I'm traveling with use it, because it does piss me off so much. In Little Rock, Arkansas, where I live, where I am, we bought a house last year, but when we were house hunting, people were buying up properties and flipping them into Airbnbs so fast, especially during COVID. It was fucking bananas. And literally on my street that I lived in, which is the middle of the city, like I live in Little Rock proper. Um, there were like 3 within a block of me, like, not in the greatest part of town, not like, I was like, "What the fuck is even happening here?" Like, I should not, like, 3, like, within a stone's throw of my house. It would just infuriated me when I was house hunting. And then
Um,
now you see all those houses going on the market, and they all look the same. They all have that same fucking gray flooring, and,
well,
in the
it's because they're built to both minimize expense and maximize appeal for the average
yeah.
short-term renter. And you're like,
Mm.
"Arr." um, all right, here is, before we get into the feedback, this is the other thing that I wanted to share. This popped up in my Facebook memories today. 3 years ago, we're recording tomorrow
Oh!
night for 2 episodes. Wednesday, you'll get our discussion of the novel Memnock the Devil, and Sunday, you'll get our discussion of the AMC behind the scenes special for Anne Rice's interview with the Vampire series, premiering October 2nd. Ashley,
Mm.
we have talked so many times about how you and I were here in the before times,
Yes.
but genuinely, this was such a weird moment for us because, like, the week before, or maybe even the day before I put up this post, you had messaged me and said, "Hey, there's a behind the scenes special up on the TV series." And I was like, "They're really doing it?" You and I did not do any coverage of the series that summer before it started
No.
because we had both decided it was going to fall through, just like
Yeah.
the Hulu deal had.
We're pretty sure it was not gonna happen. Yeah.
Y'all, it's not, we had not given up hope.
We did not have a lot of
We
faith.
did not have a lot of faith, and we had not met Rollin Jones yet. Praise
That's
the
right.
Lord. Let's spread the
Now
good message.
that's right. I have a lot more hope and faith thanks to Rollin Jones. Praise, praise.
um, okay, so that is that. A couple of pieces of, I started the discussion of Rose.
Oh, Rose,
Thank you
yeah.
to Kayla Ann though for bringing that up and she said, "Hey, can you cut that and make that a short,
Yeah.
because I would like to share it because the same thing's happening in Galveston."
It's
And I knew I
nuts.
had already cut it, but I hadn't scheduled it to share yet. So I shared it yesterday, I think. And it got a lot of traction on TikTok and a good bit of traction on Threads, and
Awesome.
Rose reshared it again because, like, if you live in one of those communities, it's just like you were saying, Ashley, it's like it really does affect
It's
your everyday
infuriating.
life.
Well, it's
Yeah.
like it doesn't create any kind of community.
No.
You don't have neighbors because no one lives in that house regularly,
Yeah.
like, and then you just have strangers coming and going, in your backyard, which is so strange and weird.
It's
And
bizarre.
I think when Airbnb started, it was a whole different thing, and now it's just kind of, ooh, people want people really, really want income they don't have to work for.
I mean, and
And
as
I'm
a
for
fella,
it.
let me tell you about my
Look.
course, Ashley. Now, that's a great transition. Let me tell you about the course I'm selling. No,
Yes.
but genuinely, like, look, mailbox money, right? That's what
Yeah.
they, when I was growing up, That's what my father said. You got to figure out some way, son, to make some mailbox money. And I said, what the hell is that? And that's like, money that comes up in the mailbox that
Yeah.
you didn't work for that month.
Passive income.
Passive income, y'all. We all want it and we need it. And there are lots of reasonable, fairly ethical ways to build it too. Even real estate, like owning real estate for investment purposes is not inherently evil, and nobody is saying that. The
Yeah.
idea of the short-term rental specifically as conducted by these massive national and international corporations through your mobile phone that's the problem.
Yeah,
And
it
yeah,
is.
when you live in a town and you buy a second apartment across town so that somebody can have an affordable, nice place to live in and you can make a little extra money, great. When you own 150 of them,
Yeah.
maybe maybe, I don't know. Anyway, regulation perhaps, not our job. Someday
Not
we'll have a functioning government again.
oh, I mean, we might. We might, Joel. I
Um,
don't know. I don't know.
okay. Secondly, Ashley, I don't know if this is as bad a failure as when I got uh Rollin Jones' sexuality wrong.
Oh, less.
Uh, but Nicholas Denton is not Australian, or is not British. He's Australian. I
Yes.
got that wrong for sure, and thank you for correcting me. Lots of people have corrected me now.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was very wrong on that one. Oh, I missed this, and I don't want to lose this. Dahlin said, "I aspire to be an Aunt
Mm,
Anne." Okay,
yes.
this is everybody's homework, y'all. Okay, even if you don't have kids, right? You got friends that got kids. You got
Yeah.
a sibling that's got kids. You
Corrupt them.
know a little weirdo kid in your life that needs Anne Rice as an outlet, y'all.
Yeah.
You got to process when you're us at 11 and 12 and 13, and I don't just mean me and Ashley. Most of y'all are this way too.
Mhm.
When you're like that, it's a hard road to hoe. The world does
Yeah.
not like you. The world does not want you. The world does
You are
not know what to
not
do with
cool.
you.
I am not
Yeah,
a
you
cool
don't
person.
you don't fit in with your peer group,
No.
and adults are frightened of you generally as a rule. So like you need an
I
Aunt Anne to be like, hey, it's fine. You're gonna
yeah,
make an
you're gonna
excellent,
be fine.
sexy 40-year-old. You just don't know it yet.
You know,
You gotta get there.
it's so true. It's so true. You have to really, really have those struggle years. You have to really,
I
really
mean, but I had this conversation recently with my kids, but it's like, there's the argument, even like I've seen a bunch of like CEOs and stuff make this argument, oh, we got to make it harder on our kids because the hard times is what built
right.
us, and we're going to have a bunch of softies. I'm like, don't give them artificial obstacles. But
Right.
here's what, okay, here's mine. My 17-year-old probably doesn't have to go get a job. He's going to get all sorts of scholarships. He's like 7 months, 8 months away from graduation at this
It's
point.
so exciting.
So like he's going to get his college paid for basically, and he'll
Mhm.
never work like I mean, unless the world burns down genuinely, he's not going to like lift a shovel for the rest of his career. So like why not go get a shitty job flipping burgers or filling paper bags
Yeah.
or stocking shelves at a grocery store or whatever it is, and experience, first of all, the public, right? What
Oh,
it's like to
Lord.
work with the public and how terrible that is.
Oh my god. I think everyone should have to wait tables at some point in their life. I think it should be like a required for you to grow and develop into a good human being. Everyone should have to wait tables. This is
Yeah.
so important. It's I mean, like if I go out somewhere with someone and they are rude to a wait staff, they are dead to
Oh,
me.
yeah,
Like
it's so
dead
done,
to
man.
me. I am
I have
like,
literally left dates before with women that I had been very excited to take somewhere, but they were crappy to a waiter, and I'm like,
yeah.
"Oh, you're not my people, actually.
No,
Okay, then."
no, no.
Y'all, okay, I've mentioned on the show vaguely before that I'm a picky eater. This is my birthday special, so screw y'all. Y'all gotta listen to this sort of stuff. I'm like a very, very picky eater. I eat plain hamburgers is almost exclusively what I eat. And when I mean no sauce,
Not a
no
pickle to be
dressing, not
found.
a pickle to be found. Okay. All right. When you eat, first of all, when you really like fast food hamburgers, and when you eat them plain, you are confronted on a daily basis with failure at a human level, with regard at a like these people do not care about my weird order, and they are
No.
confused by my discomfort in wanting to eat the thing that they have given me, and it's often a difficult interchange. I genuinely thought for a while, and I still sort of do sometimes, that God made me this way as far as like my eating habits, so that I am daily confronted with an opportunity. Are you going to be a dick today? Or are you going to be nice to the guy who's making minimum wage in this
Right.
window at a restaurant where the AC doesn't work properly,
Oh,
and management has given them incentives to do things like, hey, will you back up from the drive-through window and pause for a minute, and then I'll wave you forward when your order's ready? This is, I don't know if you've ever been confronted with this. If Burger King does that. But why does Burger King
what?
do that? Because Burger King National has given them some sort of like time maximum for their window
Oh.
interactions, right? So that they'll pull you up, they'll take your money, they'll move you back so that you're off the pressure sensor or whatever. And then when your order is ready, they'll move you back up to the window so they can hand it to you and be done. But I'm like, that guy at the window didn't come up with that, right? His manager told him to do that because corporate says that you have to do
Right.
it like this. Anyway, bad incentives all the way down. And I'm I can be mad about it, and I can get my food spit in, I guess, and I can be grumbly
Ooh,
all day.
you
Or I
don't
can
fuck
think
with
to
people that
myself,
handle your food and beverages.
no, right? But I can think to myself though, like, and this is genuinely what I do in that moment. I'm like, boy, what are the systems in place that made this person's day-to-day work life like this? Like, that
Yeah.
sucks for them to tell somebody, will you please back up? And no, we don't have these 3 sodas because my local franchise won't order properly. And there's 4 of us running this whole restaurant, even though it's rush hour, because we're trying to minimize labor costs, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like, anyway, like on all of that. And it's
Yeah.
not that guy's or that woman's fault. It's somebody else's fault. And anyway, if you ask why I'm radicalized, it's because I eat at Burger King every day, probably. I learned a lot about humanity working at Winn-Dixie as a young adult. That's what
Yeah,
we're saying.
stores, man, retail and restaurants. Everyone should have to work in them. If you drink, I think you should have to work in a bar so that you know how to act and behave in a bar too.
Yes,
I when
100%.
I cocktailed at a bar here in town, when I was in between theater gigs for a little while, and I got so mean to I got to where I was just mean to drunk people when they were stupid. Like a guy threw up in a pint glass, and I was like, "All right, grab that. Come with me. Okay, dump that into the trash. Cool, cool. Thank you. Now give it a rinse. All right, now you're gonna put it in this cup holder. We're gonna send it back to the back." I was like, if people leave their spit cups, I was like, no, 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 no. Take your spit cup the fuck to the trash can, bruh.
I yeah, I'm not gonna yuck somebody's yum, but I have never understood chewing tobacco, y'all. And now they're doing the pouch.
Mm.
I guess with the pouches, maybe there's less.
Oh,
I
here's
don't
the
know if
thing
you do a
about
spit cup with the pouches.
you don't
I
do a
don't know.
spit cup with a pat. Look, listen.
Do you do a little Zen? Do you?
I do. Not a lot. I'm in trouble. Like I'm gonna get trouble for it.
No,
Not a lot.
no.
Look, but like, let me just tell you, when
I think it's
you
fascinating that they reinvented it in
yeah.
a like a more sanitary way.
Well, and I mean, it's just like a little zip of energy. Like, cigarettes do not do what Zen does. Like, I have never been a smoker. Like, it's the other thing, Joel. I'm not a, I, you know, I have never been a smoker. Like, not even in college when everybody was smoking. I've never been a smoker.
I tried to explain this to my kids the other day, how when we were in college, especially, and it was probably even worse when you first got there. When
Mm,
I first got there, though, we were not a decade out of the buildings all having banned smoking,
yeah.
right? That was still fresh for the faculty, at least,
Right.
and for some of the students. And every building, every single building on campus would be enveloped
Mm-hmm.
entirely
Mm-hmm.
by a line of people just chugging away and a furious cloud. Like, it
Oh,
was it was so unbelievable. So I had not smoked. I smoked for like 5 minutes in high school when I first found a store that would sell them to children.
right.
And like, and then also my Camaro had a really great hiding pouch. The In front of the transmission, there was an ashtray, and you could pick up the ashtray like to empty it. And it was just an empty cavity that was covered and enveloped by the leather bag of the protecting the transmission gears, right?
Oh,
So it's literally
yeah.
like a great big leather bag for goodies. So you could put like a whole bottle of liquor down in
Oh
there,
my
or like
god, Joel.
several packs of cigarettes. I don't think I ever put a carton down there, but I definitely had packs of cigarettes down there, and I absolutely had bags of weed in there at some point. But anyway, I smoked for a minute in high school, and then I smoked when I got to college because literally everybody else smoked. I was
Everybody
like, well, if
smoked.
I'm gonna sit
Like,
out here on the stoop and talk to you, so
yeah,
I'll smoke too.
I sat on the smoking stoop with everyone. Like, the front steps of our theater building was just covered, littered with, like, miscreant theater majors smoking constantly. And then, like, somebody like David Wiley would come through, like our voice teacher, and just, like, fucking read
Ah,
us the riot act.
destroying your vocal cords. I want to praise the Queen of the Damned here. Nancy says, and I'm going to show this again. Nancy says, not eating hamburgers with lovely cheese and mayo is against Jesus.
Mm.
Nancy, we're just going to have to disagree on this. I don't know about you, but those wafers are not incredibly flavorful, and they're definitely not very wet. Right? I'm saying Jesus's food is nice and dry, nice and plain.
You are, you were
Um,
definitely,
I'm justifying here is what I'm doing. Um,
Yes, so oh, the cup, yeah. No,
yeah.
I didn't, but I would, like, just order drunk men around, like I really
Any
did learn how
hobby,
to take less shit working there.
any hobby that requires a spit cup deserves a raised
Yes,
brow.
true that,
Yeah, that's fair.
true
Um,
that.
I remember the McDonald's ashtrays. Yes. Yeah, or in planes. I
Oh,
forgot the
yes!
date because I did not fly a lot as a kid, but I looked this up the other day. The airlines national, like across the nation, they didn't all ban it together until like 96 or something
Yeah,
like that. Like
yeah.
we were almost grown already.
Oh,
Anyway,
well, we were I mean, like, I worked in a restaurant that had smoking sections, like, it's not a thing anymore, but my
God, I tried
god.
to explain that too. I was like, no, they would just be right over there. And there would be
Yeah,
like a half wall between us,
yeah.
because smoke doesn't float around or
And
anything.
here's the thing, you wanted to work that smoking section because you would make bank. Number 1, smokers generally drink, so you're gonna have a higher ticket price. They don't mind sitting and waiting a little while for the food, they're just gonna smoke a fucking cigarette,
They're
you know?
just enjoying themselves.
Yeah, as long as smokers have their cigarettes, they are fun people.
Meanwhile, the rest of the restaurant is like, it's so smoky in here.
It's
Let's
so
hurry up and
smoky.
get
Yeah,
home.
get the fuck. So if you're not working, if you're working in the non-smoking sections, you do have an opportunity to turn tables much more quickly.
Okay. This is something that I wanted to talk about, and again, if I'm looking at it right now, so if I don't do it now, I'll forget. The Venusian 1314 on our YouTube channel commented on a clip from the Rose Sinister episode where I was defending Lestat because he's never done
Mhm.
anything wrong, and
No,
Rose
he's
is very
precious.
biased against him.
She is. She's very I was surprised. That was
It's one of the few
vitriolic.
areas where she's wrong. She's just very wrong about this particular thing. We see this Ashley is how you have civil disagreements
That's right. We
about
can
thing we can disagree and live and let
eh,
live.
yes,
In her
about
wrongness, we can allow
some
her.
things,
Yeah, not human existence.
not basic
Um,
human rights.
anyway, the Venusian said, I have a theory that people assigned male at birth tend to fall a little harder for Lestat. And first of all, my little heart said, oh, wait a minute. Are you telling me I'm more masculine because I got the hots for Lestat? Yeah, that's right. You're
That's right.
absolutely right, the Venusian. That's
You read it right.
100% true. It's not anecdotal.
I think probably like for me, I'm just like I can see all the things that would make him a very, very bad partner, a very bad boyfriend, a very bad, I think
So
that
I think it's something about I think those of us who have a tendency to want to fix people, particularly
mhm.
romantically, who have a tendency to find the broken baby boys or girls who need tender care and will truthfully appreciate, like, because that's where that comes from, right? Is we want to be needed, we want to be
Right.
centered, we want to be important in someone's life in a way, and so
Yeah.
that's why you latch into a broken relationship like that. I think that's the key that binds those of us who are Lestat lovers together. Is we also
Want to
we also
fix the baby boy.
have tried to have a few fixer uppers over the years.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yep, a few fixer uppers. Yep, yep. Throw some spackle on that and call it a day.
Right. Um, yeah. Okay. We've got one that agrees with me on this. Is that OA or QA? OA
Oh wait,
says yes, precisely. That's it. OA. Are you named? Isn't that the name of the Netflix show? Are you named for the Netflix show? I like that show so much. That's the yeah. I'm not going to even say anything about it. I'm 99% certain it was called the OA. And if you've never watched it, I think it's 2 seasons. Maybe there's 3. They didn't finish it properly, but like it's so good. Lestat
yeah.
does not need fixing. He's perfect. He could do no wrong. End of discussion. Yes, indeed. I will say this. He did a little wrong in Blackwood Farm and Blood Canticle.
He was that rant. God, that opening rant of Blood Canticle. I still think about that and just giggle sometimes. I was like, Anne was
want to
just
save
pissed.
millions to the cause
Oh.
of Christ. How dare you not enjoy Memnock?
Mm.
Analytical, empathetic hotties for Lestat. That's it.
That's it.
I'm going to put that on a fucking t-shirt.
Yeah, that's analytical, empathetic hotties for Lestatty.
All right. I tell you what, we're closing in on an hour, and I don't know how long this is going to take me to fan myself while we watch it in slow pieces. So why don't we start? Oh, well, first of all, here, I'll do this. Dahlin says Lestat is a flawed, messy queen, and aren't we all? Indeed.
Oh,
Indeed. Oh,
yeah.
hey, it's just your name. My bad. I'm
Oh.
assuming some sort of
Fandom.
Yeah, popular culture affiliation. I will say, I'm like again 99% sure the name of the series is the OA. Richard Bennett turned me on to it. Actually,
I think
it's
you're
real
right.
good. It's got Lucius Malfoy from the Harry Potter series. I can't think of the actor's name, but it's got him in it.
Oh
as
yeah,
like a doctor. Yeah,
what is
real
his
good.
name? I love
Real
him.
Good. Yeah, he's so good in everything. All right, let me share this window.
He's hot too. Like, I remember seeing him in the first thing I saw him in, and I was like, Jesus Christ, he was playing a real bastard too. And I was like, oh shit, he's hot. He's a hot bastard.
There are few people who play a more despicable guy than he does.
He does a real good job.
As far as like current actors go, for sure.
Jason something? What is his name?
Jason Isaacs. That's it. Jason Isaacs. All right. Let's see. Can't relate. I've loved Lestat Leoncourt, even in an interview. Same as the book. Elphaba Throp, Dorian Gray, Great Comet, especially Antley Kurgan, MCU Elektra, and Matt Murdock. But I'm built different. Yeah, okay. I bet there is a lot. I hadn't thought about Matt Murdock. I bet there is a lot of crossover in Matt Murdock lovers and Lestat lovers. That's a good. There's the Catholic guilt at the core. There's the like definite and undefined belief in justice that's sort of like willing to bend based on the moment, right? And also there's a general attitude that I'm the only one that can fix this shit. Right. Yeah, that's fair. All right. Liv says, I'm very excited to see this. I'm very excited for you to see this teaser. Me too. So let's watch it. All right. I have not seen any of this. Ashley, you've watched this already a time or two, right? In some form?
No, I've only watched it. I watched it one time. And what I watched was not the sound. For some reason, the sound was synced wrong. It was real bad. So
I am hopeful, and again, thank you to our anonymous patron for putting this together for us. I'm hopeful that this will be decent enough that we can break it down a little bit. I'm going to go away from the live stream video footage, and I'm going to go to the other window so I can see it bigger. Look at that. All right, here we go. Oh, yes.
From some Hollywood asshole asking me whether I want to write the movie version of the book. I'm like, blow me, lose my number. Calls me back a week later. What about a documentary? I'm like, Louis won't even talk to me. He says, not Louis Lestat, the white guy. I'm like, blow me, I hang up. Calls me back a week later. I want to direct it, figuring that'll end it. I have one meeting with him, a meeting with Lestat's lawyer, and it's Vampire Rumspringa for Danny Boy Malloy.
First of all, that's a fantastic line, but also what a great. Okay, that answers a lot of questions for me. Okay, because we wondered like how they were going to frame it. It was clear that Daniel was going to be involved as like a documentarian of some sort. They
Right.
had talked about doing like a office style mockumentary that we were going to see pieces of the tour that way at least. Yeah, that makes so much. Okay, so who's the guy who puts it? I'm assuming this is still Talamasca oriented and controlled, just
Yeah.
like the book was.
Who is that he's sitting with?
I can't tell from here. It's not Louis, right?
No.
No.
I'm gonna-
Oh my God, it is Louis.
It is Louis. All right.
He wasn't dressed like himself. Okay.
He's wearing
Well,
white.
It's interesting too that he would confront Louis though about this because like Louis pissed at him about the book.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if Louis bites his head off here. I mean, maybe even literally.
I'm glad the book worked out for you. You read it? You liked it? I didn't like me in it. Passive, selfish, a liar, and not the lying to myself kind of fucking liar. Yeah, you didn't like the part around Claudia and him on the train.
You didn't like the part about Claudia and him on the train. Okay. So first of all, I told y'all Lestat didn't do that shit. Lestat hadn't done nothing wrong ever.
No.
I'm going to share this one because she's so right. Lordy, Jacob. Yeah, he is looking very nice there. I will say he's in his JFK Jr. era, I think, with his wardrobe there, isn't he? Like that's why I said from a distance it wasn't him. There's some sideburns on Louis. Yeah, for sure. Timea says, which by the way, Timea, a new patron. Thank you, Timea, for joining us. I have just realized I haven't seen this whole teaser until now. Oh my God.
Same seats. Actually, same.
Hey, and again, I want to crow on the anonymous patron. There were obviously you're working with several different pieces of video there and trying to put them all together. There were a large section in the middle there where that was pretty damn clear. So good job, man.
Yeah.
Yes, you're damn right, Bookskers and Purrs. I feel vindicated. I knew. I told y'all. He wouldn't tear the head off the freaking.
Oh, it was so funny though. God, I love that scene.
Tickets, please. Oh, I will say this: what a good writer Daniel is, right? Like that's the beauty of that. Also, it makes you think some of what we've seen so far in the show is in fact from the book, maybe, I think. And anyway, it's so I'm so glad we're doing this. Wait a minute. Did they just bring me out of Lestat's mouth?
Yes, they did. They wanted
on my birthday.
On your birthday, Joel. Praise. What a treat for yourself.
What a friend we have in Rollin. Okay, so there's the scars. They seem to be real. They are not just painted up on stage. This is a drug trip of some sort, right? Like he's on something here is my guess.
Or full of blood.
Yeah, maybe he just sucked somebody dry.
Oh.
Okay, there was a lot of stuff there. First of all, baby Lestat looks adorable.
Oh my God, he's so precious. Shut up. Shut your mouth.
Okay. We're gonna watch him get dragged out of the coven. I mean, not the coven, out of the convent. I feel fairly not the convent. That's not where they go. Where do monks go?
Yeah.
The abbey, whatever.
The abbey. Yep.
His fathers are going to pull him away from an education and the church, and his father and his brothers. Like that's my guess, because why else would you have him at that age? And then secondly, he's got his pistol out. My guess is that's probably during the wolf fight. We're gonna get Wolf Killer.
We're definitely.
Also, my guess is that's baby Jinx that he was carrying through the back hall of the concert there, passed out in some capacity, maybe a groupie, but I bet it was his baby Jinx.
Monastery. Thanks.
Monastery. There you go. Thank you, Leonore. Yeah, you're fantastic. Monastery. God, why could I not?
Look,
They're monks.
listen.
They're in a monastery.
Words are hard sometimes.
Wait. This is so good. Demea. They did this just for you, Joel.
They did. Happy
They
birthday,
really
buddy.
did.
Happy birthday,
It
buddy.
really did. It really does feel like that sometimes. Okay, man, so much there. And
Whew.
genuinely, when you realize that this is from the first, and I said 30 days before, they had filmed for 30 days when they got to Comic-Con, but Rollins said there was a date that was they had to film everything that they were going to put into the teasers or whatever before this date. And that was their hard cutoff. So like, who knows? Is that 2 weeks even that they had been filming? I don't know, so much stuff there. The tour bus looks so fucking cool. Oh, I am going to be a real problem when this series starts airing.
Look, listen, we're going to have a really good time. Oh.
Okay, there's our Gabriella in the crowd at one of the concerts, which I love. You can see her eyes. And then here's the wig that everybody is making fun of. Yeah, you've taken an actress who is still quite beautiful and in her prime, and you're trying to make her look a little weathered in the show.
And probably sick. She's ill.
Yeah, she's ill. This is towards the end. Right. So that's why you're getting this. Yeah, I don't mind it. And God, she's going to be so much fun with him. Okay, we got a glimpse of Daddy there.
Ooh.
And we got a glimpse of another vampire in the crowd who did not seem pleased to be there and to see what was going on. Man, this is probably the moment when she's telling Lestat about that gravy train she wants to run on the whole the whole town.
My God. So her hair looks fine there.
Yeah, no, her hair is gonna be fine, guys. Like it's one shot without any effects added or any like tweak. They're trying to ram this out the door. Yeah, Gabriella's gonna look amazing.
With one of its victims today. Who did that, I wonder? Repeat the name. Santiago, I could understand at least he had a presence, but I'm happy to discuss.
I'm with him. First of all, I like that he mispronounces the name. Santiago, I could have understood. At least he has a presence. But Armand? Okay, I want to scroll back here in the comments a little bit because there were some good ones I think that were scrolling by.
Mom cringe.
I can't believe the months we have to wait. Yeah. Boy, the mom relationship in this one is going to be. Oh wait, we skipped right over what Gabriella was doing with her hand. Uh-oh. Was she diddling?
Oh dear.
She had a little
doing a diddle,
a little handiwork.
Doing a diddle.
Just arts and crafts. That's all. It's arts and crafts. Yes, the way Lestat says Armand, it's funny because he says Armand with almost the exact same inflection that Armand says Lestat. Right?
They love to hate each other.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I was looking down and I missed the hand. Shit, now I want to go back. All right. You know what? It's my show. I'm gonna go back. In his pants? Is that what you're talking about? Oh my, it sure is.
Oh dear.
It sure is. Well, what an introduction to Our Lady. First of all, okay, look at her here. Like, good Lord. How can we be so lucky, Ashley? A long time we waited for this, right? Like, come on, man. We didn't get her right in the freaking. We didn't get her. Is she even in the movie at all in Queen of the Damned? I don't think she is.
No, she's not. She's not. Yeah. Just another problem with that movie.
Oh, and we get our vampire eyes, and then yeah, our boy is sitting there bleeding. By the way, so I'm assuming this is post-wolf attack, and she's like, "Thank you for handling them wolves. Now let me show you the booby prize you've earned." A lifetime of mother cringe.
Oh my God. I mean, and more than a lifetime. You gotta
All right, so there's Daddy is my guess. There is it's not the Marquis. Is that his title? What's
I
Daddy's
think,
title?
yeah, I think maybe, yeah.
I think he
Might
is a
be right.
Marquis. Tending the garden. Lestat's giving Laura Dern energy, and I'm living for it. Yeah. Yeah. By the way, Leah says we are not misreading that. That is exactly what's happening there. Little pocket pool. Little familial pocket pool. All right, that is not in the novel. You novel purists, you want to get mad at something. Don't just get mad about the black man. Yeah, I'm guaranteeing you she's telling a story about that train ride she wants to be on. All right, here we were. I think about we got all the way to the
He did not direct a play and then come home canoodling with one of its victims. Today, who did that, I wonder? Repeat the name. Santiago, I could understand at least he had a presence, but I'm happy to discuss Armand if you think that would help. Is it true that you had a second home in Sausalito with him? We did. Did you take turns driving across the Golden Gate Bridge? You held the wheel hard on each other's backs and pretending to guess wrong. I bet.
Well. Okay, I did hear part of this exchange. All right, first of all, let's get there. Leonore, I really don't like the way they present Gabriella. She looks like the character of Patricia Arquette on Severance. You know what? That's fair. I'm a big Patricia Arquette fan.
Oh, love her.
And even as weird as she is, especially in the early parts of Severance, I think she's hot right there. The only daddy here is Daniel. I'm sorry, I choked. Yes, I might put that scene on repeat later. Don't even worry about that. That's none of your business. Now I've got this file. So shout out to the violin. Yes, the violin on stage we missed.
Yes.
Okay. It's hard to hear the dialogue right there, but there's a back and forth between Lestat and Louis about what Lestat and or what Louis and Armand were doing, going back and forth across the Brooklyn Bridge. I believe all of those are like double entendres and specifically like gay scene references. There's 3 or 4 things about writing our name on each other's backs and guessing it or something. Anyway, the San Francisco Bridge,
Golden Gate Bridge.
Golden Gate Bridge is a reference, and the back and forth is a reference, and I think the writing on the backs is a reference. Yeah. Leonore says, no, nothing against Patricia Arquette. I always read Gabriella more non-gender conforming. Okay.
Definitely.
I think that will be the big interesting thing about the portrayal. The actress is so lovely, first of all, and they are clearly playing up the incestual nature of the Gabriella Lestat relationship. With that frame, is she going to be as transcoded as Gabriella is in the books? And that will be interesting to see. Okay, I truly hope we get a scene of Lestat and Daniel also driving on the Golden Gate Bridge. I will say this. It will be, for TV show relationships, it will be much more fitting for Lestat to seduce Daniel and to have a dalliance because of what it will mean for Armand than it would have been in the books, right? They don't really have, Lestat and Daniel don't really have much interaction in the novels at all. But in the show, Lestat is this petty about Armand's time with Louis.
Yeah.
First of all, it's much longer in the show than it was in the books. So I think it would totally make sense if Lestat's like, oh, I got your boyfriend too. Don't even worry about it. Patricia Arquette in Stigmata. Yeah, you're not supposed to, but I do. Yep. Yes, I am hoping for trans mask mommy. Yeah, man. I think that's what we're gonna get. I don't think this writing crew will shy away from that at all. No. But it is interesting with the context of how far they're going with the relationship with Lestat, as we see here.
Yeah.
All right.
I bet very specific details to plug out of thin air.
Let's try and circle back to the particulars.
Blood piss. We got it
Blood
right there.
piss.
Somebody told me that it was coming. First of all, I thought for a minute that it was a warning about my 44th birthday.
Blood piss is
They
coming.
were like,
Will.
watch out for the blood piss. I was like, oh no, is that a thing?
No, that's blood piss for sure.
That is blood piss. Yeah. Also, here's our Nikki, darling Nikki. Man, I am so excited that this early in the filming they already had this much flashback stuff,
Oh
which
man,
tells me
for
that
real.
it's not going to be a little bit, right? We're going to get plenty. We're going to get plenty. I'm very, very happy about that. Okay, first of all, that was DJ Sam, our now we know a Talamasca member. Loving these Dwayne Wayne glasses here.
Ooh.
Very, very fond of those. The way he says, I bet lives rent free in my head.
Yeah.
Makes a great point. I think she'll be a switch, Gabriella. Yeah, because first of all, in the modern day, I think we are absolutely going to see them dressed Met Gala style, the three of them, right? Louis and Lestat and Gabriella, all like the head of the court, so to speak. And that will most likely be a very feminine outfit that Gabriella is wearing. I do think, though, we're going to get her in like her, I don't know, adventurer mode a little bit too.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I certainly hope so.
I mean, we were rooting for blood piss. I missed the memo. No.
I was so shocked by the blood piss, frankly.
I'm for the blood fluids, though, right? We've seen this already in the show. They cry blood, which is accurate to Anne Rice's universe. But I think it is sort of important. It is one of the things that makes them other and grotesque in a way, which are very few and far between in Anne Rice's world. As a general rule, the immortals are lovely and perfected and almost angelic. Like, even think about, we talked about before how they'll come out of the ground and they'll shake loose the dirt, or like several times Lestat talks about like scraping his skin to clean it, but you don't get the sense that they're never grimy, right?
No.
They're never, you won't lay down with them and think to yourself, I really would have preferred they took a bath first, as a general rule. So the blood fluids is like the one place where you're like, oh, okay. All right.
That's a little ick.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's see. Les looking like a member of Color Me Bad in those glasses.
That's hilarious.
That is very accurate. This looks period to me though, too, though. I don't know. It's hard to tell because he dresses like that even in modern day sometimes. Yeah. Oh, I think that might have been when he makes Mama, because maybe he put the glasses on. Yeah, maybe he put because that's her laying there is my guess. So he puts the glasses on to get past the lawyers and the doctors that are holding her when he goes in to break her out. That's exactly what that is. Where we going to the club? In the club, we all fam.
That's right.
Call me mommy. Okay. God, that was worth the wait, y'all. I really that feels like a very athletic afternoon for myself just now. I really appreciate everybody for being part of that.
Hell yes.
My watch has alerted me that my heart rate has risen. We're all good now. So first of all, not just the blood piss, we get a whole, one assumes that's probably a blood vomit situation after a long night of partying there when he's all over the bathroom. Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot there at the end. Love Mama with the fangs. I'm down for it. I also love that the glasses are similar to what Louis wore in season 1. Can't wait for all the future comparison posts. Yeah. Breaking down, boy, especially if they give us a handful of scenes from the season 1 and season 2 storylines, but retold through Lestat's lens. That's going to make for a great YouTube video or two, y'all. I'm very much looking forward to that.
Woohoo.
We need a I Want to Sex You Up cover.
wanna sex you up.
I could be for that. Thank you very much. Dream Louie.
We missed Dream
yes.
Louie in the
Okay, we missed
crowd.
Dream Louie in the crowd. Yeah, good call. There's in the crowd. I did see him in the crowd, but I didn't think about him. The fact that his wardrobe's different. So we're gonna
Mhm.
get a Louis as conscious as well. I said that's how I suspect we're still gonna get Delaney Hales back, but maybe not. Robespierre adjacent glasses. This is because I am normal. We're all very normal. We're normal. You're normal here.
You're normal
Mira, don't
here.
even worry about it. That's right. Yeah, a scary Oldman Dracula with those glasses too. Absolutely. That's very much what I think they were referencing in season 1 with Louis. Lestat is not going to have a good time living the rock star life. It sure seems that way, doesn't it, Tamaya? Listen, it's hard. I think AC/DC said it best when they said it's a long road to the top if you want to rock and roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough out here, man. Also, he doesn't have his team put together, right? This is a rebound situation effectively for Lestat. He comes out of the ground, he reads this trash book from his ex, and he says to himself, I'm going to go sow some wild oats and run a few trains myself. I think we already know that's cool. We've been told to expect orgies. So
Yes.
I need Lestat covers of 80s and 90s R&B, specifically Return to the Mac, but Return of Lestat. Darling, you win the day, sir. There you go, right there. That's our winner. I think we'll just go ahead and wrap it up and call it an afternoon, folks.
Oh my God.
Okay, let's see. Thoughts on if that's blood spit or blood sweat on the lens at the end. Okay, I wonder if he hadn't attacked somebody in the hallway was my first thought. But you make a very good point. If he's coming off stage and he literally like wipes his face and then flings it at the camera, that would be cool. Since we're talking about the blood fluid being important, a blood sweat sheen would be interesting to visualize in that way. And then he's like, "And you're done now," and slams
And go
the door on
fuck
them.
yourself.
Yeah. Okay. I was also hoping to have Claudia in the townhome memories from Lestat's perspective. Yeah. I think that's entirely possible that that's the way that we get Delaney back. We got just a glimpse of that when he told his story at the trial effectively,
Well, what's really interesting too is if we do that, then it's like we see Delaney in the townhouse instead of Bailey, which is interesting.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't. Yes. Okay. Yes. That would be, well, okay. We already did that some in season 2. They put her in the fight scene, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I hadn't thought about the fact that you would technically be, you're technically showing something that you hadn't shown the first time. That's interesting. Anyway, y'all didn't lie. That was worth it. That's a heck of a. I genuinely don't know why AMC doesn't release that though, y'all. That's not spoiling anything really. Nerds like us are going to break it down and tear it apart and show you what it could mean. But we don't know what any of that means. I don't know that that's Lestat's daddy at the table drinking from the fancy cups, right? We don't know that that was Lestat laying over Gabriello in the glasses, et cetera, et cetera. I think they're making a bad move not releasing that.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that they haven't.
Someone said, Andromeda on YouTube said, could they not want to show the TVL trailer simply because it's not the trailer? They said several times that they put that together with what they had so far. Maybe they want to release a proper trailer with more scenes later on. I just don't think you're harming that. I mean, you're probably right, but I don't think you're harming that by doing the other. You should do both, I think, honestly. Boo
Well,
for them not releasing it. Thank you to our lovely patrons who put it together for us so that we didn't have to wait. There you go.
Just have to watch it dirty. That's all.
Okay. I hinted at it earlier in a terrible transition when I was talking about selling things, but I do want to mention it since I'm on here because I'm offering something special for the Coven members. If you're a member of our Facebook group, if you're a member of the Patreon, which by the way, you don't have to be a paid member of the Patreon, you can join for free. That means we can email you and we can send you notifications for things, special events, especially if you're going to be in New Orleans. That would be a good idea. Although I will say I have figured out now how in the Facebook group to make events. And my thought is I'll probably put like whenever I'm going to be at Cafe Beignet or whenever we're going to go out for drinks and stuff, I'll put those events in the Facebook group as well. But
Hell yes.
all of that to say, if you're one of those groups, if you're on the Facebook group, if you're in the Patreon, either way, you've got access to my early bird special for the course that I'm
Ooh.
offering right now, all the way until November 1st. So, like, if right now is not a good time to buy, but next month you got a paycheck coming and you want to get in, then cool, you'll get the same good price. But here's the other thing: if you can buy early, if you can buy before the end of September, you get one seat for yourself. I'll give you a free seat for somebody else to share as a
Ooh.
bonus. And
Hell
look, if two of
yeah.
y'all want to go in and get that together, that's cool. You can split it for 125 a piece or whatever. 250 is the early bird price. You'll get 2 seats for that if you do it before the end of September for patron members or for our coven members, I should say. And yeah, here's what we're going to do. The eventual price is 600, by the way, so you're saving 350. 6 weeks of classes. I'm going to do video lessons at the beginning of the week that'll go out for everybody. You can watch it anytime you want to. And then there's a little homework project that goes along with that. And then at the end of the week, we're going to schedule these live calls based on the class members themselves. I'll poll you and see when's the best. And then we'll rotate a few different times, just like we do for these lives on our podcast. So we'll have to, everybody will get a chance to go to at least one of the lives, and hopefully we'll have the most of the group for every one of the lives. But each week we'll have a live call together, me, the class members, and we'll talk about like our successes from that week, our troubles from that week, questions that you've got, anything like that. We'll try to cheerlead each other a little bit. That's my hope.
It's really good.
The point of the class is that I think everybody's got a message. And generally, it's aimed at business owners in particular, brand representatives,
Mhm.
entrepreneurs, people that got a side hustle or a main hustle, and they need to promote themselves. They need to be out there selling every day. But this honestly could go for somebody that is trying to do something like what Ashley and I have done, or Ashley, you're about to launch, another
Mhm.
podcast that focuses on true crime. If you've got a message like that you want to share, this could work for you too. I think most people don't know what it is that they want to talk about. And it's not
Right.
that they don't know their subject, but they don't know what is charismatic, compelling, and consistent about themselves. Like on our best days, we can all talk about lots of things very eloquently and passionately and with affect by, helping to affect an action from our audience. But what can you talk on your worst day? What can
Yeah.
you, as Ashley and I did today, roll out of bed a little foggy eyed and then
Mhm.
opine for an hour about, or make a consistent and concise pitch in a minute that is also affecting? That's the core of your message. So I want to help you find that. I want to help you get comfortable shooting on camera. And then I want to show you how to publish that message both through recording and editing platforms and the platforms that you host the content on, YouTube and the various podcast apps. We're
Mhm.
going to do it in 6 lessons, starts November 1st, and it goes, it'll be done before Christmas vacation. Anyway, if you're interested in that, there'll be links in the show notes for this wherever you are. You can go to our Patreon. You can find a post about it. You can go to our Facebook group and find a post about it as well with all of the links. So
Yeah.
thank you very much for that.
Books asked what the name of the podcast is. It's called Unsolved Arkansas. So it's about like cold cases and questionable deaths, things like that. So that's kind of what we're going to be diving into, more like local stuff here.
I'm so excited about it too. Ashley and I were
Yeah.
talking about it recently, and it's like she's like, "Do you want to do we want to put it out with the Articulate Coven branding and stuff?" So it's going to have its own thing, sort of like Flan again, but
Mhm.
it'll have the Articulate Coven logo on it, and it'll go out on our YouTube channel, so you can subscribe
Yeah.
to it there.
We're kind of on hiatus for it until November because we are all so busy in October. My God.
Yeah. So we'll come back from New Orleans, and I'll be hosting this class with some of you, hopefully. And Ashley will be launching Ready to Rock and Roll with that podcast.
Mhm.
So, like, realistically, if you're going to start cranking up in November, in the first part of November, the listeners, people who are watching this, shouldn't expect episodes for that until the new year or maybe
Uh,
by Christmas time.
I'm hoping we can get a couple done by like December, but
Yeah.
I would, like in a perfect world in December. In a not perfect world, it'll probably be January.
Yeah, but regardless, it will be there soon. It does. It sounds really good, y'all. And it's like first of all, we're all into the spookiness, right?
Right.
Ashley in particular
Oh,
loves the detective work and the laying out of the clues and the following
y'all.
of the
Well, and
trail.
I've been into true crime since I was a kid. I know that that's
Yeah.
fucking weird,
No.
but I've been on this true crime train for a really long time. Like I'm pretty sure the first government watch list I got on was because I checked Helter Skelter out of the library when I was 13. Like I
You're like,
just
wait a minute.
keep an eye on this one. Yeah,
Charlie
so
wasn't even there, Ashley.
Mm-mm.
Charlie didn't do it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so yes, I'm really excited about it. It's gonna be fun. Well, Joel's having a coughing fit.
Excuse me. Yeah, I did. I choked myself up over a Charlie
He
Manson
cracked
joke. I
himself
couldn't-
up. He cracked himself up about Charles Manson.
You say one thing for Joel Sharpton. He is his biggest fan. I'm
Not
much like
Charles
Lestat.
Manson.
Much
Your
like
own
Lestat
fan.
in that way. No, sorry, I'm not Charles Manson's biggest dangling participle there, wasn't it? Modifier or something. No, not Charles Manson's biggest fan. Joel Sharpton is Joel Sharpton's biggest fan. Now I'm only going to speak in third party. Okay. Leah says Helter Skelter was it
Yeah.
alongside Stephen King before the vampires even.
100%.
Yeah. So I never read the book. I don't remember watching any Charles Manson movies or anything when we were young, but I do remember it being like an ever-present thing, which is weird in retrospect because it wasn't like it had been a hot minute, even when we were very young, you know?
100%. Yeah, my dad was interested in true crime stuff too. So I think that kind of trickled down from there.
And here's not to put this conversation into a downer mode at all, but I do wonder, like my kids, I got a 17-year-old, a 16-year-old, and two 12-year-old girls, or they're about to be 12. Will their generations be as interested in true crime as we are when their day-to-day existence is so inundated with the details of like you and I did not hear about these things on like a moment-to-moment update basis in the way that they do now, right? There were no TikTokers explaining the inside story that the networks weren't telling you.
Exactly. I'm not wasn't following school shootings moment by moment on Twitter,
Right. Liz says, I'm so excited for you. Can't wait to check out your new podcast.
It's gonna be
and
fun.
we'll make sure we'll link it up. We'll put a drop into this feed so that even if you just listen to us, you'll know that it's happening and you'll see it.
Yeah.
Sammy makes a very good question here. Any info on the vampire tour? Okay. Rose Sinister. First of all, you know what? I'm going to pull this up because it is so freaking good. I'm going to give you the actual message that she sent to me. And I had messaged them a few times and said, hey, I think I know the answer to this, but our group is wondering if you have sent the emails and they haven't, they have missed them somehow. All right, I've got to log in. I was in the wrong Instagram account apparently.
Whoops.
I was like, no Rose Sinister messages in there. Okay, here we go. Rose said, she says, no, I haven't sent the emails yet. I have written 7,000 words for my work in progress since we talked.
Ooh,
so
nice.
ADHD goblins and no sleep got me. And that was like, it was like 2 or 3 days after we had recorded. But
that's
then
incredible.
I said, hey, it's really fine. I just wanted to be able to calm them down and be truthful about it when I did. And she said, tell them, please. Your tour guide is a feral neurodivergent creature of the dark and seedy streets of the French Quarter. She regularly communes with rats and doesn't flinch at palmetto bugs. Her brain is not built to process the ordinary passage of time. She has the executive function of a goldfish that once jumped out of its tank and spent a few too many minutes gasping on the bedroom rug before being returned to the water. She eats, drinks, sleeps, and dreams vampire stories. Great guide, by the way. Great guide. But not a normal human by any standard of measurement.
I love it.
She says you can copy and paste those exact words. So I did, and I sent it to some of you, I think, in the Patreon. But so anyway, no, there is no update on the vampire tour. It is going to happen on Saturday, the 1st of November. 3 to 5 p.m. will be the tour. So you'll have a 2-hour window between the tour and the event itself. If you had answered our poll on Patreon, I think I had 16 entries on the poll when I closed it and sent it to her. If you were on that poll, then you should get a slot and probably you will get offered a +1. Now she may fill up the extras before she gets to the bottom of the list, and so you won't be offered a +1. But that's what I told her. I was like, hey, most of these people have a spouse or a partner or their brother that they're bringing with them on the trip or something like that. So anyway, yes, that's the plan. I looked the other day. Mandy Taylor is at the top of the list. So like Mandy's name she'll get her email first. And Mandy, you'll have, I can't remember what Rose said. I think she's going to give you like 36 hours or something like that to make your payment and buy your tickets. And then she'll go further down the list as she fills it until she fills it up. That's it. The city, I believe, limits us. I don't misquote me, but I think it's 25. Yeah, I think it's 25 people for a tour.
Yeah.
Now, I will say this. If you know for a fact that you didn't apply to that poll, or you can go, the poll is still up, I believe, on Patreon technically, so you can go and look. And if you have not replied to it, if you didn't answer it and you don't show that you've logged an answer for that, that means you are not going to be on the list that'll be reached out for those tickets. So my strong suggestion to you is if you want to make a vampire tour a part of your trip, then go ahead and book with her her company, Haunted History. You won't be with Rose that week because she already took the whole week off, and ours is the only tour she's doing because she wanted to just enjoy the Anne Rice celebration of life. So
I love it.
we're going to be lucky to have her. Everybody else, if you didn't answer the poll when we first posted it, that's my suggestion is like, hey, go make those appointments. Hey, I've been meaning to make a video about this and I just haven't. So we'll do it right here while we're on the live stream. Two other things that I have been talking to folks about as good ideas are View Orleans and what is the other one? Storyville.
The Storyville Museum.
Yes. So and you
museum,
can go to.
There's a museum of death there in New Orleans as well. That's really, it's dark. Like it's not going to be for everybody, but if you got a little dark black heart like me, you might enjoy the Museum of Death.
I didn't even know there was a Museum of Death.
Oh my God.
I
lost
so
Fred
many
in
good
there.
ones.
I lost Fred in there, and then I found him, and he was sitting on the floor with a binder, and he was reading Jeffrey Dahmer's confession. I was like, damn.
Leah says, I'll be there. Just worried it ends up in spam. Better not fail me email. Yeah, watch. But look, genuinely what I'll do is like when I know the emails have started going out, I'll mention in the group, hey, if you're watching for a Rose Sinister email about the thing, they're going out. So be watching your email, check your spam filters, etc. All right, let me share my screen here with you. All right. First of all, I love this tagline: "Lewd and abandoned since 1718."
Oh, I really want to go to this.
Okay, so the Storyville Museum, the tickets are $31.50 for general admission. However, you can get a group discount if there are 6 people or more, I believe is the limit. I had this right in one. Let me see if I've got it here. Plan your visit. There's a gift. I mean, there's a group rates, I think, somewhere. Oh, come on. There we go. Groups of 6 or more. Okay. So for Storyville Museum, if you get a group of 6 together or more, you can get a discount. You get $5 off. So instead of $32.50, it's like 26 and change, right? And you don't have to do that with us necessarily, right?
Yeah.
So I think I will probably try to go to the Storyville Museum at some point, and I'm for sure going to try to get 5 or 6 of y'all to go with me so I can get it for cheaper.
Right.
But that's one thing that you can do, and you can set that up with your own little group anytime you want to and still get that discount. It's like 7,000 square feet. I think they say a plan for an hour and a half to 2 to go through it for Storyville. And storyvillemuseum.com, you can find it. They got all the details there. You can arrange in the group if you want, or get with some folks that you know from the group, or talk to us about when we're going to go for sure. Kelly and I have talked about it, and she's not certain that she's going to go to both of these events. She might pick one or the other. She's like, whichever one I don't pick to go to, I'm going to feel bummed and left out. So she might end up going to both. View Orleans as the other one.
I want to do this.
Okay. And this has a great, let me show you this group rate. All right. So if 10 of us go or more, and I think for both of these things, by the way, we don't even have to plan ahead of time. We can literally go to the front desk and purchase our group tickets together if we want to. I know that's the truth for Storyville. I believe it's the truth for View Orleans as well. So for group tickets, though, this is so cool, and it's a pretty good package. the all-inclusive, you get 10% off the all-inclusive package if you get 10 or more people to go together. So there's a 30-minute guided tour. You get a complimentary signature drink in the cocktail lounge, which Rose mentioned on our episode with her, that like it's the bougiest place to drink in New Orleans, but it's honestly worth it. So this is like a cool package, I feel like, because the cocktail is going to cost you $25 or $30, honestly. So like get the tour for free. But it's a 30-minute guided tour of their exhibits. You get to hang out on the rooftop. There's like an observation deck that you can actually go outside. And then the lounge is all surrounded. The cocktail lounge is all surrounded by windows as well.
Oh,
so you get this
love it.
rooftop view of the city. You can see everything from up there. Be a cool place to hang out for a little while. I'm definitely going to go to this. I'm going to make Kelly go to this with me. The other thing that you get when you do this is the elevator. On your way up in the elevator, it shows you the city progressing through time. Like you start and it's like the 1700s or something. And then as you get to the top, it's 2025. And you see the city grow in age as you go up in the elevator. This is not unique to New Orleans. Kelly said she did something similar to that in Tennessee at some point, like in Knoxville, maybe. They went up on a tower and the tower was a video screen, or the elevator was a video screen and showed you the progression of the area. Anyway, really decent rates if you think about the drink as an addition, I feel like, and we'll save, $5 or so by doing that. Anyway, strongly think those two are going to be on my list of little things to add in.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm so jealous. I missed the States, but I'm scared to come back right now.
I understand. It's a
Olivia.
fucking mess out there.
It's the worst. It is the fucking worst. I mean, genuinely, I live in Louisiana even, and there's a little part of me which is like, I don't know, is the National Guard going to be in there while genuinely they might. Trump is talking about sending the National Guard to New Orleans, and I don't blame anybody. I don't blame anybody for canceling their plans or not making the plans to begin with. So like, yeah, relax on that and don't feel too bad about it. Live vicariously through us, and someday you'll have all of these plans lined up so that when the world is a little more normal again, you can come and enjoy yourself. Go to the Carousel Bar at the Montleone and have a Sazerac in memory of Louis. Very good idea.
I
will also
the
say
Carousel Bar. It's so hard to get into, but it's so great.
I'm not really a Sazerac fan, to be very frank with you, but there is a Sazerac experience. And I think you should totally try to make, if you're a cocktail person, you should totally try to make that one of your things too. I think it's free to go through. Like they'll give you a sampler and you can go through the little events and they show you like the history of the Sazerac in the city and why New Orleans is so important for cocktails. Melissa, don't be scared. Genuinely, look, first of all, my whole life, I have heard people that are scared of the city of New Orleans for various reasons, right? And since I was a child, I have known the following things. Don't go down an alley alone. Don't go where there aren't street lights. Travel in groups is the main thing. If you travel in groups, you're always going to be safe, honestly.
And just, walk with confidence.
Yeah, walk with confidence and look where you're walking too, both who's around you and also literally the ground. The ground is uneven in many places. You will twist an ankle and you will not enjoy the rest of your weekend.
It will ruin your weekend.
Yeah, you'll be in a puddle that is not, it will maybe be worse than the blood piss, honestly. So like
street gravy. No one needs that.
Leah says, I did that and enjoyed it. I think she meant the Sazerac. Yeah. It's free and you get a few little sips. Yeah. Nice. I thought it was free, honestly. Crazy Brand says, I'm from Baltimore, so not much scares me.
Yeah. You're fucking hard.
I mean, look, man, cities are effectively all the same as a general rule, right? You be smart in the way that you travel and what you're doing. Be somewhere you're supposed to be, not where you're not supposed to be. And you're almost always going to be fine.
I have wandered the French Quarter alone repeatedly. Like, I mean, it's not the best plan, but like, yes. And your shoes are on your feet. If anybody asks you, I bet I can tell you where you got your shoes on your feet.
Just ignore them and keep walking. Same thing.
I like to scream. Brett loves this. Brett loves this so much. Every time it happens, I'm like, hey, because he was always wearing Jordans when we're down there. So always somebody's fucking with him. And I just kind of scream over my shoulder, on his feet, fuck. And then we just go about our business.
Kelly's had to interject. She's watching the live stream, I guess, in the other room. She's like, I need to offer some advice.
All right. Excellent. Hey, Kelly. just
I
get to
don't
see
really
your
have a
face.
voice.
She has no voice, so
So-
I'm gonna have to translate for her, I think.
My piece of advice for New Orleans as a person who grew up there is just don't wear Mardi Gras beads when it's not carnival season.
Yeah, that's
because
good
then you stick
advice.
out and you look like
Yeah.
a tourist,
You look like
which
Mark.
also makes you a very easy target
Yeah.
for not just like the people that don't wish you well, but just also the people who are trying to sell you things.
Yeah, the
Like,
scammers
Yeah.
for sure.
just be smart. Like, Yeah.
All of the shops, and she's right in that. Okay, so that's a good distinction because it's not just the
Mhm.
scammers, right? The shops in the quarter, they also make their nut on the people who are never going to come back to New Orleans. That's
Right.
where they
So
make their
one and
real
done trip.
grift, right? So yeah. Oh, Kelly B Day appearance. Look at that. Wait, yeah. Books and Gers. You got a bunch of cheers here. Books and Gers says a Kelly B
Yay!
Day appearance. Yeah. Okay. So the things to know as far as the scams go: your shoes are on your feet. If a
Mhm.
monk hands you beads, no, he didn't. Don't
No,
take those
give
beads.
them back. Give them right
That's
back.
not a monk.
That's not a monk.
They do
He's not going home to a
He
monastery.
does want your money. Like I try not to take Ubers and Lyfts everywhere. They're very expensive in the city. Honestly, if you can do
Mhm.
streetcar, if you can walk, that's going to be your better bet.
Yeah. And the quarter's so walkable. It's very, very walkable.
Oh, it's also walkable. Yeah.
yeah. The city's
Yeah,
very
only-
walkable.
Only tourists wear beads. Only tourists say laissez le bon temps rouler. Don't say that out
Yeah.
loud either. You're going to get accosted in a bad way.
Don't call it
Hey, here's one
Nolans.
too. Yeah, don't call it Nolans. And when you go into a bar to listen to music, don't let it be a cover bar, right? Like if they're playing Sweet Child of Mine or Paradise City, that's not the one that you want to go to. Actually, that's fine. That's a good time, but there's a better time.
There's
like two
a
doors
better,
down,
Yeah, there's a better
where
bar.
they're playing with some horns and a piano, and it's
Mhm.
something that you don't hear on the radio on the oldies station. So yeah, that would be my strong suggestion.
I'm so
I'm
excited.
super excited to be with you all. Like genuinely, it's going to be a lot of fun. And we will, as we get a little closer, we will lock in the times that would be best for like Kelly and I, for instance, and Ashley and Brett to go do something like the View Orleans.
Yeah.
So we'll get a group of y'all together to go do that. We'll try to get a group or maybe two, maybe Ashley's group can go to Storyville at a different time than I want to go. And so maybe we'll have a couple of groups to do that. So anyway, there'll be opportunities to see us and hang out for those of you that are going to brave the trip to New Orleans.
It's gonna be
This is
fun.
a really good. Get the
Oh, yes,
NOLA
this-
Jazzy Pass. All right.
Streetcars,
an
buses,
app.
and ferries.
There's an app you can pay a single fee and get either like a day or a weekend or a week for a base rate, and you get to ride every bus and every streetcar. It's very useful. Yeah, that's a great
Streetcars
idea.
are
Good
so
call.
fun. I love to ride the streetcars. They're so fun.
Well, and that time of year is going to be really good in the city too. We'll be after the most of the heat. It
Mhm.
won't be that hot anymore, but it'll be before it gets cold and wet. So like,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, Sammy asked that very question. What's the weather
Yeah.
like that time of year? It's going to be good. It's going to be hot in the middle of the day, y'all. When we
Yeah.
take our tour with Rose at
It's gonna be
3
warm.
o'clock, it's going to be warm probably. And also, if you've ever been to Orlando, you know this already, but it's the same way in Orlando. There is at least one shower every single
Uh-huh.
day.
Yeah.
It will not have much warning, and it will be over, and 15 minutes after it's over you won't know that it's rained.
Yeah.
But you either take an umbrella or a poncho if that bothers you, or just take those opportunities like, oh, it's starting to rain a little bit,
Dive
into a
into
store.
Dive into a store, a bar, a restaurant, have a bite to eat, have a
Hang out.
snack.
Stay away from
away.
the basements.
Stay away from the basement. If someone asks you to see their basement, if you want to see their basement in New Orleans, don't go. There's not a basement.
So somebody
if there
did
is,
correct
it's
us.
full of water.
Somebody did correct us. There are a few like stone lined basements in some places. There's a bar somebody mentioned that they've been to that's got
Right.
an
Right.
underground room or whatever.
Yes.
My point is
yes.
though, the house on First Street don't have a basement. I can tell we can't tour it because somebody else owns it now, but there's not a basement on that First Street house. Buy a mini umbrella. Yeah. Mini umbrella or a little poncho in your bag is the way to go for that. And it's literally, it's so much like Orlando in that way.
Yeah,
it's like,
it is. It really is.
it's a beautiful day, and then suddenly it's a downpour, and you're like, when did we go to the rainforest? And then 10 minutes later, it is dry outside. And you're like, why did this happen? I don't know. It's New Orleans. It's the magic part of it.
Yep.
Crazy brand. Stay away from Mayfair, period. Hey, you know what? I didn't think about that, but genuinely, we ought to look into like maybe a group of us hop the St. Charles line or something
Uh-huh.
and go down into the Garden District. Go
Yeah.
see the First Street House. Like
I
we
would
could
love
walk by
that.
it. It's just
Yeah.
a neighborhood, you know.
Yeah, I haven't been down there in a while.
It's been a
I
minute
haven't
for
been to
me
the
too.
Garden District in a minute. So that's a fun thought. I mean, it's just gorgeous down there too.
All right, y'all. I think that's going to be about us. We're going to wrap it up for today. I appreciate everybody so much for hanging out on my birthday. It's been a lot of fun for me, genuinely.
Yay!
I cannot tell you. I mean, I had a I did a lot of business this week, and I've been working on this course and working on different things going on in my day job and what pays the bills. And I had a mentor of mine tell me, Joel, you do a lot. Maybe you need to take some hard medicine here and focus. And I was like,
Mhm.
well, first of all, I've got an ADHD brain, and I need to have 15 projects
Right.
so that when I do feel productive, I can find something that fits my mood and I can
Yes,
get
exactly.
some work done, right? But genuinely, more than that, even, and Articulate Coven does fulfill that role for sure.
Mhm.
It's been so much fun to build a group of people that like the same things that we like,
Yes.
and that are nervous about the same things that we're nervous about in the universe, and that are concerned for their kids and concerned for the arts, and that also want to have a good time on a Sunday evening and watch some gay ass vampires
Mm.
and then nerd out about all of these things together.
Praise.
You all indulge our little extravagances when we run into the Muppets or we talk about Star Wars or
Right.
whatever bullshit. When we get cities and whole accents wrong, you applaud and laugh with us. Genuinely, this is a hell of a lot of fun, and
It
I'm
is.
not going to hang it up anytime soon. Ashley, I now have committed you, I guess, to a birthday live stream, so look forward to that.
I love it. I love it. I'm here for it. April
Okay,
30th, benches.
this is funny. So pack for every type of weather. No, don't pack for cold
Don't
weather.
pack for cold. It's not going to be cold.
There's no cold weather for
It
sure.
will not be cold.
Here's what you could do is like, I'm going to have a couple of long sleeve shirts, like button up shirts that I like, because you might get a little breeze in the evenings if you're going to go do some late night stuff, right? But you don't need a coat. You genuinely do not need a coat. So don't pack for that. Pack for wet, pack for heat, pack for comfortable Caribbean weather, right?
Yes.
That's basically what you've got.
Yeah. Good shoes. Good shoes. You're going to do a lot of walking. Good shoes.
Thank you, Ashley and Joel. Happy birthday, sexy man bun. Thank you, Books, Curs, and Purrs. Appreciate you. Brand says, have a fantastic birthday, brother. My mama cooked me Brenner last night. My wife is cooking me a cake as we speak. And my children are going to watch a movie with me tomorrow. So it's hey, I think the Bulldogs are going to win tonight. Kelly and I are going to the stadium here in just a little while, actually. Tech is playing Southern Miss, which has been a fun rivalry over the years. My sister-in-law went to Southern Miss too. So we get to text each other during the games and shit talk. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. Thank you so much for everything you do, you guys. It's so fun to be nerds with y'all. It absolutely is.
Thank you.
This is a new one. Have a great birthday, Joel. Super excited for you. No, this is the one that I was looking for. Dallin says, I recently discovered your podcast, and I'm so happy I found you guys. I feel so seen, especially in our love of petty vampires. That's what we do it, man.
We are here for you.
That's what we do it. Yeah, you need one side of your brain to be distracted for the other one to perform at its best.
Yes. That's really the key, isn't it?
All right. Sammy says, I'm going to be the Eagly lookalike. The Iglay lookalike? Am I missing that reference?
I don't know that reference.
Sammy, you gotta get back to us on that one. I missed it, bud.
We're not cool enough. We're not cool
I know,
enough.
right? It's like you need to. Oh no, wait. That we've already done that one. I missed it. I don't know. Anyway, Sammy, message me about Eagly. I'm looking forward to seeing you too. I am genuinely so excited to see all of you in New Orleans. I'm super excited to hang out with my buddy Ashley. Like, it's been so long since we've hung out.
I know, in real life, in person.
Yeah,
I'm so
it's been a hot minute.
excited. I haven't ever gotten to play with Kelly before. So
that's what I'm saying. Our spouses have never met, even though like they've got a lot to talk about themselves.
Yes, God bless. God bless
corralling the two of us
for dealing with us. Yeah, 100%.
Okay, boom. It's a character from the Theater of the Vampires.
Oh!
That's who Iglay is. Yes, of course. Of course. See, this is why I need you all. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
God. Takes a
Guys,
village.
everybody, have a great week. Have a great weekend. Thank you all
Mhm.
for doing all of this stuff with us. If you are not a member of the Patreon and in your position to support the show, $2 or more a month gets you access to everything we do. Whether you're a paying member of the Patreon or not, if you're on Patreon or Facebook, take advantage of my course offer, $250 instead of
Yes.
$650. And if you
Smoking
buy
good
before
deal.
the end of September, you get 2 seats for that $252 since you're a Coven member. And Ashley's podcast coming soon. We'll give you all the details.
Mhm.
Next week, what are we going to be doing? We're going to be doing New Orleans, Ashley and Joel style.
Oh, I'm
Topic
very
episodes
excited.
coming up. So we're going to do New Orleans, Ashley and Joel style next week. We're going to talk about our favorite other vampire literature in a week or two. Then we're going to talk about Anne Rice's biography, her life, and we're finally going to wrap up our topic list with a ranking of the vampires before we get to Talamasca properly
I'm
with
so
episode
excited, you
1.
guys.
There was some confusion apparently on one of our videos recently. People said, "You've seen Talamasca?" Shh, don't tell anybody. We're real media now, and we have screeners. But as long as we're good boys and girls, we'll get to keep them. So we can't tell you anything about it.
Mm-mm.
We're excited about it though, so you should be
Mhm.
too. There you go.
Mhm.
October 26th. All sorts of details coming. Thank you again. Until we talk to you the next time, we have been your hosts. I'm Joel,
I'm Ashley.
and we are the Articulate Coven. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.